Welcome to another episode of SLTU Dialogue. I am Alice Medard. First in tonight's broadcast, the St. Lucia Teachers Credit Cooperative observed Financial Information Month with a number of activities. During the first week of October, the SLTCC partnered with the SLTU to conduct the annual education conference. The conference was addressed by the SLTCC's president, Mrs. Martina Belizier, who reminded teachers of the facilities available at the credit union to help all members finance programs and to assist in their professional and academic development. The SLTCC also engaged the 12 branches of the SLTU in an effort to provide financial literacy to all members. Workshops were conducted on various topics such as retirement and investments, budgeting and personal finance. The highlight of the Financial Information Month has always been the Credit Union Lecture, which took place on October 18th at the Golden Palm Event Center at Rodney Bay. The keynote speaker, Dr. Damian Greaves, addressed the gathering on the theme, Find Your Platinum Lining in Credit Union.
Behind every cloud of skepticism and struggle, we have found our silver lining. Nothing can stop us from finding our platinum lining. Our history has been one of struggle. We have had our good times and not so bad times, our ghosts and our visions. We have been there, done that. As I said before, nothing can stop us now. As we join the global community in celebrating this significant 70-year landmark of the celebration of International Credit Union Day, I invite you to claim that victory, recognizing that our very own SLTCC stands tall and is second to none. We too can revel in our own approaching 35th anniversary 8 months from now. Yes, indeed, it's not too early to begin to claim and celebrate our remarkable achievements. Suffice it to say that the world now boasts of 68,882 credit unions in 109 countries, serving 235 million credit union account holders. Who can argue? Who can argue against the fact that the movement has indeed found its platinum lining? If platinum is reputed to be a more precious metal than either silver and gold, then we can claim that we have reached an important landmark. And if, according to music recording certification, platinum is indicative of the highest required threshold of music in recordings shipped, sold, or streamed, demonstrating mastery, then the credit union movement can award itself a platinum inscription.
At the SLTCC, we provide a safe place to save and borrow at reasonable rates, from easier loan approval processes to lower loan fees. You have the flexibility to act on major financial decisions and opportunities that may require more money than you have on hand. These predictable and unaffordable expenses are always there, and we are always available to help you navigate these times. We build dreams for our members and their families and provide better customer service because we know who you are and take a personal interest in your well-being. To us, you are not simply a member or an account number, because we are more giving, empathetic, and accommodating. We know your history, and we know you as a person, looking past the black and white and putting people before profit. When we listen to you, we see if we can meet your needs rather than make you adapt to ours. Additionally, we provide financial literacy.
Financial Information Month will culminate on Wednesday, October 31st with a Contact Persons Symposium. And now, on to football news. The SLTU futsal team advanced to the final knockout stage of the 2018 Corporate Warfare Futsal Tournament after defeating Wasco by 4 goals. Jelani Neptune scored 3 goals, while Lynch Isidore scored 2 goals, and captain Dyke Francis banked 1 goal. The futsal knockout finals was played on Saturday, October 20th, and resulted in the SLTU defeating Sanders Latok. This is the second time that the SLTU has won this tournament. Congratulations, Team SLTU. Did you know? Article 27 of the collective agreement between the SLTU and the government of St. Lucia states that the employer agrees to adequately compensate employees who receive injury or illness as a result of performing their duty. Such compensation shall include, among other things, payments for all medical bills and other costs incurred as a result of the injury or accident. The employer agrees to provide insurance coverage for all employees to protect the employee against the consequences of injuries suffered from students, not only during teaching at school, but also when engaged in school activities away from the school's premises or grounds.
At the St. Lucia Teachers Credit Cooperative, we know you're busy and we're always looking for innovative tools to enhance your banking experience. So we're introducing online banking, a service that goes with you wherever you are, and it's absolutely free. All you need is a cell phone or laptop. No more waiting on long lines to check your account balance or to update passbooks. With online banking, it's quick and easy. Just fill out a form, get your username and password, and access your account right away. With online banking, you can check your account balance, transfer funds, view and download your account history, create alerts for your account with emailed reports. One convenient service. Online banking with the St. Lucia Teachers Credit Cooperative. An educated choice.
Tonight's guest is Ms. Vern Charles. Ms. Charles is the immediate past PRO of the SLTU. She is now our Deputy General Secretary, and she is the chairperson of the SLTU Women's Committee. Welcome to SLTU Dialogue, Ms. Charles.
Thank you, Ms. Medard. I'm happy to be here.
It's a pleasure having you. Anytime women are involved in things, I'm always excited to speak to them. Of course, SLTU has the Women's Committee. So I want you to share with us a little bit tonight about this committee. Tell us, why was there a need to start a Women's Committee?
Well, our Women's Committee actually began with one of our past female presidents, and that's Dr. Poyot. As a member of the Caribbean Union of Teachers, status of Women's Committee, she saw the need to have our own Women's Committee here. And of course, the main reason why we have a Women's Committee is to just create this grouping, this umbrella body of women educators of the SLTU. And we want to basically motivate them, inspire them, train them, and empower them so that they could be the best female educators that they could be. And of course, we want to propel them towards leadership.
Okay. I know SLTU, our members, we have over 80% of them being female. So you have teachers in the profession, and over 80% of teachers are female. So of course, I think having a women's committee is definitely a good idea.
Definitely. If you have almost 85% of our educators are females, that means there are lots of needs. There are also things that needs to be addressed, and of course we need to put a body in place, which is what our executive is all about, to try to meet the needs of those women educators.
Okay, I know you spoke about the needs, but what are the main objectives of the committee?
We have a number of them. We basically try to advocate for women's rights, women's needs. Of course, we know we have many issues which are plaguing our women in society, so we try to get those needs addressed. We also try to motivate our teachers. It's a very challenging world out there, and we try to motivate them. We've tried to do that by inspiring, for example, our mothers. We had a special message sent out to them about 2 years ago. And we certainly reached all mother teachers to encourage them in that role that they're performing as mothers, not only at home, but also in the school, in the classroom. We also try our best to train our women. And our women's conference actually from this year has taken a new dimension in that we used to have a celebratory aspect basically to International Women's Day. But now we have added a workshop aspect to it. So we also train our women in skills that we feel they need on issues that they need information on, need to know about, need to be educated on. So we are also doing that. And we're also encouraging some form of networking because we need to link our committee, our women, to what is happening out there in the wider world, what's happening out there in the Caribbean, what issues are being addressed, etc. And let them know what's happening and see ways in which you can link and learn from each other and also help each other grow.
Okay, I'm sure the issues are very much the same all over the Caribbean. I know women have had it very difficult in the past. Before, if you had 2 children out of wedlock, you were thrown out of the profession.
Yes.
But of course, the unions have bargained for us and that no longer exists. But women have gone through a lot as teachers, as educators. I know you have had a lot of experience. Being part of the Women's Committee has allowed you to travel internationally. I was told that you attended a conference in Morocco sometime back. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, in February of this year, I attended Education International's 3rd World Women's Conference, and that was held in Morocco. And it was an unforgettable experience. It was an eye-opener. You met women from all across the globe, and they brought forth the issues concerning education, concerning sustainable goals, concerning equality, because this is our goal, our 50-50 goal, the UN 50-50 goal, that there be equality by the year 2030 of the genders. So it was really an eye-opener, lots of discussion, lots of key players in the arena when it comes to women's issues. Okay. And of course, I also got to interact with some of our leaders, union leaders, women union leaders in the Caribbean, Mrs. Elena Smith, Mrs. Georgia Wall Richards, and it was a wonderful experience indeed, very enlightening.
That's very good. I could imagine that. I wish I could be part of that experience. But I'm not even a member of the Women's Committee. Now, I know you said before that you were standing committee. That means you have your own constitution and then you go through elections. Can you tell us a little bit about the process? Okay.
Not a problem. What used to exist before, we've had the Women Committee for a long time. It's not just come on board all of a sudden. It has always been there. But one individual was basically responsible for the Women's Committee, and that individual selected persons who they thought could serve on the committee. An invitation was sent out to you. So it was decided by the executive that they believe women should have a bigger say in who served on that committee and a bigger say in their affairs because, of course, our large population in the teaching service. Therefore, we drew up our constitution, our mode of operation, and the standing committee simply means we're a permanent committee of the St. Lucia Teachers Union. So what happens now is that when we meet every 2 years, we have elections, and the gathering, which is representative of all schools on the island, the women there, they are the ones who decide who are the 7 persons who they wish to run the affairs of the Women's Committee for the next 2 years. So actually you're a part of the Women's Committee as a woman. It's just that you know, you have the executive which is 7 persons.
So who are these 7 people?
The 7 persons, of course, myself as chair. We have Miss Anne Gifford Elcock, who is the vice chair. We have Miss Julie Oh, I'm
Teacher
so
Julie
sorry.
from Beaufort?
Teacher Julie from Beaufort. Augustine, of course, Shalry. She's our treasurer. We have our secretary, Miss Maradona Popo.
Okay.
We have Miss Brenda Virgil as our assistant secretary. We have Miss Tabitha Fontinel, our vibrant PRO, and Miss Naomi Smith.
Okay.
Okay, so
You have some strong women in there as part of your
treasurer.
committee.
Yes, very
I know
strong.
Virgil is very strong, and you have a lot of strong teachers there to help with this committee. On October 8th, you launched for the very first time a newsletter, and it's called Energizer. I really like that name. Can you tell us about the inspiration behind the name and where did the name come from? Energizer.
Okay, Energize Her is actually the baby of our PRO, Miss Tabitha Fontenelle, who will be on a little later and who will share that information with you. But it's basically an avenue by which you want to let women in St. Lucia know exactly what's happening with the women's committee, so that they know we're not dormant, we're active, we have things going on, and that we want them to be a part of it, and we feel they need to know. They need to know what's happening. So that's what Energize is all about. And of course,
I like it. I
to
really
motivate
like the
and
name.
energize teachers, women teachers as well.
Women power.
Yes, women power, to empower them as well. Yes.
Okay. Ms. Charles, I know we can sit here all night and talk about women and what you have planned. But before we go, can you tell us about the way forward? Is there any plans? Are there any plans for the Women Committee that you really want to share at present?
Okay. Right now, the Women's Committee is undertaking a new initiative, and this will be discussed with our PRO later on. But we're basically reaching out to our members who are surviving with cancer. We know it's very challenging, and we want them to know that the Women's Committee, and by extension the St. Lucia Teachers Union, care about them. They have not forgotten them, and we're undertaking an initiative to reach out to them. So I'm encouraging persons to, of course, support this initiative.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank
It was
you.
indeed a pleasure having you here tonight. And I wish you all the best with the Women's Committee.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
You're welcome. Miss Tabitha Fontinel, the vibrant PRO of the SLTU Women's Committee. You're here tonight to give us a little more insight as it relates to the cancer drive that the Women's Committee is planning.
Indeed, and thank you for having me also. Our cancer drive, it was an idea of one of our members, Brenda. She came up to me and she said she has many teacher friends who is battling cancer, as our chairperson said, and she think we can do something to assist them. So we had a meeting the following week where we quickly brainstormed what we could possibly do, and we came up with this brilliant idea, and right away we took it off the ground. We actually did a test drive with it at our rally, which was I think last Sunday, and I would like to thank all teachers who supported. The support was just so great. We felt the love. Even the men who came out and they wore the ribbons on their shirts just to stand in solidarity with us women. Later in that week, Vern said to me, you know what, Tabitha, I need your skills. We need to put out something that persons can see and want to support. So I came up with a flyer, and it says, fight like a lady. Now, in terms of creativity, when I do stuff to put out there, I like to be different. So I would use ideas, well, of course, of persons. So I go to the internet, think of stuff, and I think I saw the theme, fight like a girl. I'm like, why would you want to fight cancer like a girl? If you're fighting cancer, you fight it like a lady.
A woman, like a lady.
So I was like, wow, I like that. So I'm going to go with that. We're going to encourage persons, well, women in particular, to fight cancer like a lady. Okay?
And ladies can really fight anything.
Oh, yes. And we do have some teachers fighting it. They're really strong. And we want to let them know that we are there with them. So it's a drive where we send beautifully decorated boxes to all our schools and we encourage persons to put in their dollar. Well, of course, we're accepting
Any donation?
groups of dollars, like $5, $20, right? But it's called a dollar drive, Cancer Dollar Drive.
And is that for both students and teachers, or just teachers?
Well, now that you're bringing up students, initially the discussion is that it would be for teachers, but since you're bringing up students, I think it's a good idea that we include students who may be battling cancer.
No, actually, I was asking about the donating the dollar. Is it the students donating, or teachers, or both?
Everybody. Parents, students, teachers. And as a matter of fact, when I promoted it on Facebook, on my page, I also asked for persons who are willing to partner with us. We are willing to have persons come on board to say, hey, Women's Committee of SLTU, we would like to partner with you, we would like to join and support you.
Okay, but right now our target, that's teachers. We're targeting teachers who unfortunately are battling with cancer to support.
Yes.
I think the initiative is a very good one, and just speaking about it, I'm getting chills because I know cancer is deadly, and the fight is a serious fight. So I'm hoping that our teachers can really get the financial support to fight this scourge. Okay, so thank you, and thank you to the Women's Committee for coming on board and for supporting our teachers.
You're welcome.
Yes, so now to something a little more positive. Energizer. I was told that the name came from you. Let us energize our women, energize her. I really like that name. So that was very good. So can you tell us a little more about the newsletter?
Process again. Our chairperson will throw it out to us. Hey guys, and I must say big up to her. She is not a chairperson who decides. That's what I want. She is one who throws out the ideas. She wants our input, and I mean she gives us the opportunity to come up with the things, and she supports us all the way. I mean she asked, you know, we need an exciting name for our newsletter. A week had gone by, and I too had said, let me give other persons an opportunity to come up with one. Then I sat and I'm like, I don't want a name that's common. I don't want a name that's like, you pick up a newsletter, like, I want a name that when any woman sees it, they would be hungry to read it. They want to read it. So then I'm like, what could we do? Then I thought of Energizer. I said a battery, power, moving. And I'm like, the word her, H-E-R, because it's actually spelled E-N-E-R-G-I-S-E, capital H-E-R. So energize her. Right. So
it's
I'm like, nice. That's a catchy name. That's something persons may see it and be interested in reading it. So that's basically how the name came about.
And of course the color is very attractive.
Well,
you use
pink.
lots of pink for our women. So I think the color and the whole organization of it was very inviting to read. So I went through the newsletter, and of course I want to congratulate the committee again on the first issue, and I'm hoping to read many other issues of this newsletter.
Thank you.
So SLTU is definitely making headway, and I'm sure that all SLTU members are proud of this. So thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
At the St. Lucia Teachers Credit Cooperative, we know you're busy and we're always looking for innovative tools to enhance your banking experience. So we're introducing online banking, a service that goes with you wherever you are, and it's absolutely free. All you need is a cell phone or laptop. No more waiting on long lines to check your account balance or to update passbooks. With online banking, it's quick and easy. Just fill out a form, get your username and password, and access your account right away. With online banking, you can check your account balance, transfer funds, view and download your account history, create alerts for your account with emailed reports. One convenient service. Online banking with the St. Lucia Teachers Credit Cooperative. An educated choice.
Fun fact: teachers are gum detectives. If you're chewing gum, they will certainly find it. Thank you for tuning in to SLTU Dialogue. We do hope to see you next time. Have a good evening.